diss. Shout out to my nigga Tyler. No diss.
702 Sin City. Yeah, I'm just getting started.
As always, it's your boy Malachi.
It's T-Jack and I'm back.
And today we back with another conversation on Uncomfortable Conversations with Kai and Ty. Today's conversation, y'all, it's a little bit different. Today we're not doing relationships. Today we're not doing talking about anything that has to do with men or women. Today we're going to go a little personal. We're going to take the personal route. This is probably more for people that know us. This is a long overdue conversation, at least coming from the both of us.
Yeah.
Why did we stop Forex? Insert music. Dun dun dun. Why did we stop Forex?
Cause we was 10 toes in.
10 toes in.
We was locked in. We was.
Can't tell me nothing.
Can't tell me nothing.
A year and a half ago.
Yeah. Now I look back over it, I'm like, what was I thinking? But hey, you live, you learn, you grow, you move on.
So we got 7 different topics. We're gonna try to keep it short and concise. The last podcast episode was almost 30-40 minutes long. We're gonna try to keep this at 20-25 minutes, get in and out. So let's start off with obviously the elephant in the room. Why did we stop?
Why did we stop
Forex?
Why I stopped?
Yeah, why'd you stop? Because you stopped first. I stopped second.
Yeah, I stopped first. So essentially, man, when you first come into something, you expect one thing, and sometimes your expectations are not always met. Mm-hmm. For me, it was a matter of I felt like I was manipulated, and I also felt like the people in leadership were also manipulating other people too. Like there's a video right now on TikTok that is viral for one of the freaking leaders. He's a freaking millionaire. He says, I'm not telling you that you're going to make millions from trading. You're going to make millions from recruiting. And so I have an issue with that because you bring all these people aboard to Forex thinking they're going to learn how to trade the entire time, but you're just recruiting people to recruit more people to recruit more people.
Yeah.
These people are investing all this money and they have no type of return on investment. They're wasting their money. They're losing money. And it's manipulation because you're acting like you know how to trade when you don't know how to trade. You're acting like the products work when
they do though.
They do work, but you ain't using them. I mean, you're not using the products. You don't like. So for me, it's a whole bunch of cap.
Stop the cap. And
that's why I stopped. It was a whole bunch of lying, a cap, manipulation, and people just said they were doing one thing that they were not. That's why I stopped doing Forex.
For me, I stopped for more personal reasons. Not going to name drop or get really too much into it. I just had a leader on my team that I didn't necessarily agree with the way that they were doing things inside the business and definitely outside the business and personal life. So for me, as far as Forex, as far as the trading or the MLM part, I feel like at least the way I ran my business was very, very clear, and I let everybody know what my intentions were, and I let everybody know that I wasn't a trader and not to look at me for that. I was more so mindset. I was more so how to build a team. That was my strong suit, right? And I feel like, and they talked about this in the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. They're talking about that. I don't know if you've seen that one yet. You read the book yet? Okay, well, I'm still reading the book of 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. And what it's talking about is like different forms of leadership, right? Like setting the intention for people to know what you're there to teach them and not like finessing them to talk yourself up. That was my problem with Forex, right? Definitely there was a lot of cap. There was a lot of people who were acting like they were trading, but they really weren't, or acting like they were using the products but didn't really know how. So for me specifically, the way I did my team, the way I did my business, I was very clear about not being a trader and being more of mindset and how to build a team. Now, there were others who made it seem like they were trading, but they really weren't, using false accounts, using beta accounts, using or over leveraging to try to seem like they were getting big profits, but they were losing, and they weren't showing their losses. But it really came down for me. What kind of was the cherry on top was more so the leadership aspect. I feel like we're on the same team and we just had, a bad leader. Me personally, I don't feel like Forex is bad. I do feel like the people inside that have large teams probably don't know the best way to structure a business and how to keep a lot of things running like a well-oiled machine. And that's why a lot of teams have crumbled. And you can say what you want, but there's a lot of people that aren't doing it at the same rate that they were doing it a year and a half ago during COVID. Okay, so that was my reason why I stopped.
Well, and I want to say this too, like as like a disclaimer. Forex is not bad. Really, Forex is just the vehicle, right? Or the medium, I guess, however you said. But there's multiple ways to go about doing Forex. You can learn it yourself. You can go sign up for these different companies, different platforms. It just so happened to be that the platform that we were a part of, they offered a recruiting side or an MLM side, and that's really what the focus should be on. Less of the Forex, more because I feel like Forex just has a bad connotation in general. Like someone says Forex, boy, like.
But what does Forex mean? Because a lot of people don't even know what Forex means.
Forex is foreign exchange. So like
Right.
the trading of foreign currencies.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all. It's just like the stock market, actually bigger than the stock market. So it's not really a bad thing per se.
It's more so the MLM, the business side.
The MLM that people typically do, which is how a lot of people kind of found out about Forex and how kind of all the negative videos came out about stuff like that. But yeah, like you said, it was the leadership. I feel like the leadership was very manipulative. And also too, like when you bring other people, on as well, you feel like you're responsible for them, and you feel like you have something to deliver, right? Something to execute. And when you feel like, at least for myself, like I couldn't do that, why am I going to continue to make money off people or try to lead them in a certain way,
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I've made money in Forex as well. I've lost money. I did learn a lot about how to trade. There were times when we had lock-ins and we were all trading together, making money and stuff. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I haven't made money or whatever. But I think overall as a whole, when you're talking about the, Forex or the industry in its entirety, there's more bad than good. That's just like most things, right? There's always more bad than good, I think. I shouldn't say always, but I'm enjoying your time.
Let's talk about the problem in culture. And remember, this is not, obviously, when we're talking about problem in culture, this is our team specific. This isn't a whole, because some people have great experiences with certain teams. Some people have other, experiences with another. You know what I'm saying? So for me and Tyree, we were on the same team. Kind of how it worked was he started doing it, I think, a month or two before me. I came in right after him, and we were kind of like moving as one. We were both very similar mindset in how we wanted to structure our team, and we worked very well together. And our culture wasn't bad as far as me and Tyree's team, but the team that we were under and the team that they were under, and that's where the MLM part comes in, and just you go up the chain of command as you move up chairman to chairman to chairman to chairman. This is the whole structure of it, and the culture was not what we agreed with. And I think one thing that we can talk about was probably the materialistic type and almost like the fake personalities that people had. So, and I'm not here to bash or talk shit about anybody, but I also am very direct, and I'm very truthful. And if I'm being honest, not talking shit, but just giving my honest opinion, I feel like there was definitely a lot of chairmen that were corny ass niggas that never had no type of popularity or any type of money. And when they got that by being a chairman of Forex, it changed their ways of being. And you can just tell people weren't authentic because they didn't know how to conduct themselves that way, because they never had to be in that type of limelight, if I'm just being frank and honest.
Well, I think that's just egotistical men in general. I think when a man, whether he's black, white, yellow, green, or popular or not, get some money or something, right, and a little bit of fame, they say that money doesn't change you; it just exposes or shows who you really are.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, the leadership was bad, and the culture was just like fake it till you make it.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, and just lying to people like, we making money. Yeah, we trade. Yeah, we trade.
But it's crazy because we were making money, but we weren't talking about the losses. You know what I'm saying? Which you're never supposed to talk about anyway. In business, you're going to make money, you're going to lose money. But I definitely feel like there was an overhype of, come over here, you're going to make money, and we're going to show you how. And I feel like there wasn't a true structure. And this is a play-by-play of how we're going to make you money consistently without you losing. And I feel obviously that's a little unrealistic. You're going to lose money, but I definitely feel like there were a lot of losses compared to wins. And I feel like that's why people like us being genuine and wanting to help people, that's where it got tough. You know what I'm saying? Because we definitely did genuinely want to help people, so we relied more on the products and our own understanding, and the products worked, but I feel like they worked when you had the money to make it work, if that makes sense. So,
well, I think that's another thing too, though, right? I think another thing too is like Forex was almost portrayed as like this get rich quick thing, and it's just like that's just not like people that really trade understand that it's a mindset and a mentality. It's almost like a lifestyle, man. Like to have the type of discipline and stuff, and to detach from the money. So like being able to really discipline yourself when it comes to your money, and to not be attached to it, and to let the market go up, down, pull back, go over $1,000 in profit, then go negative. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it takes a lot.
It takes like a lot of discipline, but then it also takes like, I feel like it also takes capital. I feel like a lot of people were coming in with no money and trying to get rich quick, and I feel like people had bad experiences.
You need to have, I done read some places you need to have an account with $5,000 or $10,000. Most people that started Forex start off with $100. And boy, you hop in SPX, that thing is going off one trade, like one pullback, you blew your entire account. I don't care if you hop on Lee Allen, I don't care who you trade with as a master trader, whatever, boy. You gotta have money in that account.
Yeah.
You can't be trading with no $100, $500. I only think $1,000 enough. I say more like $5,000. You know what I'm saying? That's something that you can actually. And then you talk about consistent returns. 2 to 5% a day. And just being disciplined, like, because I mean, if you start with $5,000 and you trade 3 days or 4 days a week, and you get 2 to 5% or whatever, right? And you do that for a whole year, that can be life changing.
Yeah, if you can be disciplined enough.
If you can be disciplined, that can be life changing, But
yeah, so definitely, the problem in culture, I would say, probably have to do with just the people at the top, probably. I won't say flexing, but just putting on, the persona of being someone that they're not. Because I don't feel like it's anything wrong with spending your money and buying what you want to buy. But, obviously when you're portraying that certain type of lifestyle, you adopt a certain type of ego. And at the end of the day, you're dealing with people. And I feel like a lot of time dealing with Forex and individuals in our specific organization, they kind of lost touch with reality on what it's like to deal with people. And I feel like that could have burned a lot of bridges with people and kind of made them kind of see Forex for what it really is, which is kind of, a lot of it was selfishly motivated. People just trying to get bread, not really truly worried about their business and the people in their business, kind of just see them as numbers. People come and go. Unless you have a certain rank, then you got the leverage to kind of do more, say more, and those type of things. Personally, definitely would trade again. Definitely have plans on trading again when I have the amount of money. I know a lot of people ask me after I stopped. Maybe this was a year and a half ago. I think we stopped. Coming up on a year. I think we're like about 10, 11 months in now that we actually stopped. So when we were active was probably about a year and a half ago. So obviously, what I would say now, I would definitely trade when I have the right amount of money, to make sure that I don't have to over leverage, make sure I have enough in my account for pullbacks and enough for growth and learning, so that way my account can truly grow and stop trying to mess around with $200, $500, $600. Now actually be able to have money to actually trade. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. 'Cause now I think about it, that's like chump change, bro.
Facts.
Like, what are we doing? Like, was I so brainwashed? Like,
no, it's not. I don't feel like it was real brainwash. It was that we felt like we were coming in early on an opportunity that a lot of people had no idea about. And when you're new, you're just trying to put as much money as you can in to try to just get the max amount of profit. And obviously we didn't realize that what we're doing was wrong, because we're just obviously trying to trade with what we had, which was scraps. You know what I'm saying? We're not wrong for that. What could we trade with to have experience? If we didn't trade at all with our own money, how can we tell people to put their own money in? So we had to take those losses. But there were times when we did make money. I remember there was a lock-in that we had, and it was like maybe 20 of us in the house, 25 of us, and we were all up. And he ranges from $1,000 on the low end to $5,000, $6,000, but we didn't pull out. We were being greedy, and we all lost it that night. That's a prime example. We made money for sure, but we also lost money.
Yeah, I actually plan on. I shouldn't say I plan on, because I don't have a plan of when, but I know I do want to get back into it, and maybe even get back into the MLM. Wait. Listen though, but with a very, very specific team, because I did switch to them temporarily. When I start with the original team, I did switch to them, and when I did switch to them, I learned so much more. I was making progress, and I can tell like, okay, I know and trust that I can be a part of this team.
Oh, yeah, because the structure was more so hands off on your part. It had a system in place.
Oh yeah, and then they were actually teaching me how to trade. You know what I'm saying? So I would do the MLM again, but I wouldn't do it to recruit people. I would not. I just would want to be a part of that specific organization because what they're doing is working and they have the results for it.
So you wouldn't be trying to go chairman?
No.
Okay, so you would just be wanting to trade.
I'll be wanting to trade.
Okay.
Because my thing is, I wouldn't know where else to go to learn how to trade. Now there are other people on Instagram that have their courses and stuff.
Yeah,
but I feel like if I'm paying somebody else's courses, I might as well just pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because I did it before. So like, I would do it again, but I wouldn't do the recruiting.
The recruiting was a lot. That was my forte. I think the highest I got to was P1000, almost P2000, and same with him. So it's like the recruiting, the money was good. Not gonna lie. Have residual income coming in every single week without having to do a whole lot. But then again, it was a lot that you had to do to get to that point and to retain all those people. So obviously we didn't have the proper structure then. We probably would if we were on a team that traded more and were able to make people more money. But if I would go back, I probably wouldn't do the recruiting portion just because it's a lot of effort and it takes a lot. It takes a big toll on you mentally when you have to deal with other people's lives and have to call them and contact them and make sure they're okay, and it's just a lot to deal with, dealing with organizations. So hats off to people who are Platinum 5000, Chairman 10, Chairman 25, that are running the organization still to this day, and you're able to retain all those people. Congratulations to you, because I know that that's a struggle.
Pick up the phone, baby.
So we will probably not do it again in the MLM, but definitely would trade again. So what did we learn?
This is what I want to learn. This is what I learned. Bro, people on social media, the flex, the cars, the jewelry, the bags, it's not real. Don't get me wrong.
In Forex?
Don't get me wrong.
Cause I'm trying to think who wasn't.
Wait, don't get me wrong. Not saying that it's not real. However, people can make themselves look like they're multi-millionaires on Instagram or social media, and that's just not the case.
Okay, yeah.
For instance, like the person that brought me on, I thought she was breaded. Like, if she could tell me that her mom was fucking Bill Gates, I would have believed it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like that's one thing I learned. Like, bro, people will make you think and lie to your face, and you won't be able to tell. Smile in your face, tell you they love you, they care for you. Manipulative, man. Like, whether it's white, black, yellow, green, whatever. Like, that's what I learned. Like, you can't take things for face value.
Yeah.
Anytime somebody tells you something, show you the receipts.
Yeah.
Show me.
It's an alternative motive for sure.
Yeah, like, show me.
Yeah.
Because I always took things for face value. Somebody tell me something, I take it and run it. Yeah. So that's what I learned. If you tell me something, show me the receipts. I just can't take it for face value. You got to show me. Yeah. That's what I learned for sure. That's like the biggest lesson I learned.
I think the one thing that I learned from being in Forex, man, I would say it takes a lot of work. Definitely have to have a different type of work ethic, and you definitely can't complain about the results that you have if you didn't put in the work. And I definitely felt like there were a lot of individuals in the organization that complained a lot about not having and not being at a certain place, maybe not at a certain rank, or not having enough money to trade with, or whatever. But a lot of people weren't taking accountability for the work that they were putting in. And I feel like in order to get to a certain point in this organization, you definitely have to put in a shitload of work. And that's why, to me, this wasn't conducive to anything long term, because you put in a shit ton of work, and then it really all is relied on individuals staying in that organization or not. Because if people leave an organization, your organization's done. Like, there's nothing that holds you over if these people leave. So you're doing whatever you want in anything. You're saying whatever, which tips on what you said. You're doing and saying whatever just to try to keep these people. And that's where I feel like the ingenuineness comes, is because you're doing whatever you can to try to make sure that your business does not fail. And a lot of that has to do with we're in the business of people in this organization. Quite frankly, it wasn't a whole lot of trading, maybe 20% trading, The other 80% was dealing with people. You're dealing with people, and people are the reason why you're making money. People paying this $175 or $200 or whatever the subscription fee was for the month. In order for to keep these people, you have to tell them what they want to hear, and that's where the deceitfulness and the ingenuineness came from certain people on our team in positions of leadership, because we noticed that they were not genuine and that they were really only doing whatever they could and saying whatever they could to get people to stay in the organization, because that's what funded their pockets. So definitely I would say understanding people a lot more and understand their alternative motives is something that I learned, and being able to distinguish bullshit from what's genuine. And you can kind of tell by not putting people at a pedestal to where you need to forgive them, and almost looking at them as, this is what you did and you did that for a reason, not trying to make excuses for anybody and holding people accountable for the things that they did or said. And I feel like if you do those things early on in any type of business, not just this one, you're going to learn a lot. Just kind of just watch how people move and watch what people say, and people will show you exactly who they are. You don't really have to do a whole lot of figuring out. You know what I'm saying? If you don't feel like something's right, in any business, not just talking shit about this one, in any business, if you don't feel like it's right, get out early before, you have time or money invested. So that's one thing that I'll say that I'll learn. So MLMs as a whole, do you agree with them? Do you not agree with them? Do you like them? There are different types of MLMs. Some people sell jewelry. Some people sell hair products or perfumes or wellness. Then obviously some people sell subscriptions, to business models. So MLMs as a whole, I don't know. I don't really have anything bad to say about the business structure,
my thing
because it held me over during COVID. MLM helped me. The MLM portion, regardless of the trading, held me over during COVID. So I can't really say a whole lot bad about it. But I don't know how you feel.
It's two sides to it, right? Because I feel like one side is everything is an MLM. Sorry, a pyramid structure. Now, other ones you don't have to pay a monthly subscription for, but like take a Walmart. Walmart's an MLM.
Mm-hmm. Who's at the top?
Right. Your lawyer or doctor or whatever you are, like everything is a pyramid. There's always somebody at the top. Then there's levels and levels and levels and levels and levels. And all these people are working for the benefit of this person. And yes, you think you're making a little $100K a year, but I promise you, it ain't nothing to what this person up here is making.
Billionaire.
It ain't nothing to it. You know what I'm saying? If
you work at a job right now, you're working 9 to 5, you're in an MLM.
Yeah, I think everything we do is, I don't think nothing is wrong with that.
That's just business structure. Once you understand business, that's where you start to kind of stop caring about the pyramid side. But I feel like there are a lot of people who didn't understand business, and they think they were in something bad. Oh my God, I'm in a pyramid scheme. That's such a bad thing. I might as well go work a 9 to 5. That's the same thing.
I think the difference is though, they were. The thing is, right, they were paying money for this MLM, mm-hmm. but they get paid to do this MLM. You know what I'm saying? And mm-hmm. It's the idea of a consistent paycheck. Mm-hmm. But like what somebody says, a salary is what they pay you to forget about your dreams. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I really believe that. Like, well, I won't even say that. I think having a salary is actually good as long as you have a purpose for it. If you say you want to be a teacher and you're cool with making 40, 50 grand a year, but that's your passion, by all means, go ahead and do it. But for myself, if I'm going to have a salary, I'm having a salary because I want to take that money to be able to invest or to do something else. Now, if you're making a salary that's 400 grand or 500 grand, $500,000 a year, now we're talking about a different question. But if you're talking about a salary that's making 35, 40, that's not a living.
Trading. Obviously, we are just saying what's trading.
Yeah.
Trading is good. We're definitely trading in. And lastly, Forex, not bad. Just wrong team, wrong structure. That will probably be the Cliff Notes version of the video. Forex isn't bad in itself. We were just on the wrong team and just had the wrong structure, wrong leadership.
Well, this is what I say too. I mean, I don't want to blame it all on the team and the structure. I played a part in that as well too. I think. You mean you can't change the organization, right? It's like they say that like a good cop can't change the whole police account. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
you want to be a good cop, but you're surrounded by bad cops. I mean, it's not, so that's kind of how I felt in a way. Like I wanted to make changes, but certain things were just up, above us, out of our control that we just really couldn't do.
Yeah, there are definitely a lot of things that me and Tyree wanted to do. Just because, I mean, we're two smart individuals, and we obviously spoke for the people. A lot of things that we wanted, the people under us also wanted, but the people at the top didn't see the need to try to change. And I feel like that also crumbled the business by not listening to the people under you and not listening to what others could probably give you as far as like feedback about your own business. So by not listening to others, I definitely feel like that dinged the business a lot, because there were a lot of things that probably could have been changed early on if listened to by the right people. But that goes back to the beginning of the video when we talked about ego and you making a certain amount of money. And I know their biggest thing was keep the structure the same, keep everything how it is.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Blueprint.
It's just the blueprint. It's how things have been done and always been done. And as we can see now, that blueprint didn't last very long, because there's a lot of people that were chairman 250s that are no longer in business. Shout out to my nigga Ray Rice.
Ooh. Ray Rice, my guy.
I don't know what happened. I wasn't really paying attention as far as to the details. I just know that there are a few chairmen that are no longer in IM Academy specifically. They
were high up too.
The specific reason why I don't know, but I definitely know it has something to do with the business structure, has something to do with the people in the business, not so much the trading part, but probably just more the people part. I think just doing business with the wrong people. I know Ray Rice said something about on his IG Live. Noel said something about it, speaking, not name dropping, obviously, because nobody wants to get sued, because we know with people with money, that's what they do. But definitely they talked about just doing business with the wrong people that really didn't have your best interests. And when it came down to it, people can just clip you like nothing. I think Ray Rice, his account got clipped. At I think Chairman 250, Chairman 500, wherever he was at, his account got clipped. They tried to delete his Instagram because he was exposing stuff, and yeah.
Well, the thing is, right, is unless you've been in business, it's hard to say or tell sometimes if people are genuine. And like I say, right, you never know a person until you do business with them. I always say that.
Yeah.
You never know a person until you do business with them. Then you'll be able to see a person's true colors. Mm-hmm. Because like I said earlier, where a man's treasure is, so is his heart. Where a person's money is, so is their heart. Mm-hmm. So people would do any and everything for that dollar, for that bread, for that cheddar. Yeah. And they'll even tarnish you or hurt you to get it, to keep it, to maintain it. So that's why I always say, you never know a person until you do business with them. I've done business with Malachi to the ups and downs, so I know how Malachi is in business. I can trust him, you know what I'm saying, because I've done business with him. Mm-hmm. I know how he is when it comes to money. Mm-hmm. A lot of people though, woo, boy, they'll do anything for them dollars, boy. Anything for them dollars. It's so funny because
we experienced that through Forex and also through solar, just ethics.
And through solar,
just ethics.
Through Forex and through solar, and people switch up. That's another topic. People switch up when you start benefiting them, boy.
Who do you feel like?
They say they love you, they care for you, then you stop.
You feel like that happened in Forex? We know what happened in solar, but in Forex, you feel like it happened?
I didn't have any real friends in Forex anyway. I say that people can get offended.
You don't. If you don't talk to them now, then no.
If you're not talking to them right now, you're not my real friend.
You're an associate.
Yeah.
You're an associate.
Yeah. So I mean, I didn't have any real like. There are a few certain people. I still fuck with Wycliffe. Mm-hmm. Gotta shout out my little bro.
We have certain relationships with everybody.
But
I don't feel like there's nobody that where it's like any shade or anything, or definitely there's no hatred to anybody. Definitely probably some dislike, and probably just wouldn't associate with certain individuals because of it. But other than that, that's our experience, man, with Forex. I know there's probably a lot of people, like I said, that was trying to figure out why we left, because we were hard on it. We post about it almost every day. We helped a lot of people make money. I'm not going to lie. We helped a lot of people learn about themselves. There were some great qualities that came out of Forex, especially the personal development. A lot of people benefited from that, realizing things about themselves that they didn't realize before. So there were some benefits, but when it came down to the overall nutshell of being in the business itself and the reason that we left, Those are the reasons why. And like I said, that's our experience. That's not everybody's, but we all do know, if you are in that community at all, even a little bit, you know that business model is not thriving like how it was a year and a half ago, and there's a reason for that. Like I said, no shade to IM Academy. I definitely don't have anything bad to say about the organization, but just our team that we were on, just wasn't a team that was conducive to our benefit long term. As I want to say, what were we? Independent business owners.
IBOs.
Yeah.
IBOs.
It wasn't conducive to our future as independent business owners.
Same thing as independent contractors. Same thing.
Yeah.
Just the IBO.
But yeah, that's the reason why we left. So that was a little different. I hope that kind of clears some confusion. I know there'll probably be some people who watch this video that were on our team with us and didn't really get a reason why we left. Some people know the more intricate details of the reason why. I left specifically, I don't know about you, but more of the intricate details I don't care to display on camera. But a lot of people do know a couple other reasons why I left that were more personal to me that I couldn't put up with. But other than that, those covered the basic reasons why we decided to leave the business. And for those that we brought in, I deeply apologize for any money that you lost, any money that was not recouped. But I hope you did learn something about business from doing business with us at that time. Obviously, like I said, there was no hate or shade towards us. I don't think we lost any relationships or lost any friendships after that, because we didn't really do anything wrong. If anything, we tried to save people before we left. We didn't just up and dip. We tried to, expose to people what was going on and what we noticed. And some people did agree with us and they decided to leave. Some people stayed and still ended up leaving. And those are the ones that had to learn the hard way. But that's our experience. Not everybody. There are people across the world, across different countries, different states that may be looking, hey, is Forex for me? Is it something I want to get into? Just make sure you're going with the right team. And the sucky part about that is you don't know until you get in it. So if you want to do it, by all means, go ahead, have your own experience. Just be wary of the relationships that you build, and just understand there's going to be a lot of hard work to keep those residuals if that's the reason that you're doing it and you're not truly trying to trade and not truly trying to learn a skill. I would say take your energy and put it elsewhere, but definitely focus on trading, because that obviously, like as we can see from Chairman's accounts getting clipped, that residual money can be here one day and gone the next. As always, man, kind of tied back with uncomfortable conversations. Today's conversation was a little bit different, but I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, man, like and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be back with more content. Drop some comments below if anything else you want us to touch on.
All right. Every time we ended a Zoom call for Forex, what'd they say? Go ahead, what'd they say?
I'll see you at the top, because the bottom's way too crowded. Corny ass!
On the ground like I'm Tony Hawk, yeah, I'm coming up, can't stop it. 702 Sin City, yeah, I'm just getting started.